what grooming is and what he's doing to these girls and who they are, kind of.
Where I got really drunk, which is an excuse, and I was being very pushy about nudes. She is claiming that I forced her to send her nudes, which is completely unrealistic and wrong for her to say that I forced her when I didn't.
Child grooming is a deliberated process by which offenders gradually sexual relationships with victims in sexual relationships with victims. Now, he said that he was dating that girl. Does this remind you of anyone? Also, before we continue, this is the ex-girlfriend. This is Dangy. She is 15 years old today. Continuing on. Grooming allows offenders to slowly overcome natural boundaries long before sexual abuse occurs. He was friends with them before this. On the surface, grooming a child can look like a close relationship between the offending adult and the targeted child and potential the child's caregivers. And this, which I mean, is her idol, who is a TikTok star that she wants to be. The grooming process is often misleading because the offenders may be well known or highly regarded in the community. As a result, it's easy to trust them. Community. TikTok star. 1.3 million people follow him. Do you see where I'm going with this? I feel like you do. I just want you to understand that this is a process, and he has gained this process, and this is basically showing you what the stages are in an example. So this says, targeting the child. It'd be easy for him. Perpetrators may target and exploit a child's perceived vulnerabilities, including emotional, neediness, isolation, neglect, a chaotic home life, or a lack of parental oversight and ethic. Example, the offenders will pay special attention to give preference to a child. So in this case, this influencer is taking his followers and gaining their trust and giving them the attention they want that their families in. And the thing is, like with teenagers, they have emotions. They're full of emotions. They're going through that time of, yeah. In my personal opinion, I think he is taking his fan base that are younger, that he appeals more to, that he wants. And the way he was stating in his video that he feels like he needs to protect them, this is one of the signs that they latch onto, and this is an example. He takes out these people that feel vulnerable and need support and help, and he uses this to manipulate them into trusting him. That's the first step. On to step 2, gaining the child's and the caregiver's trust. Mostly nowadays, if it's online, they don't really need to get the caregiver's trust, but let's read this anyways. Perpetrators work to gain the trust of the parents/caregivers to lower suspicion and gain access to the child by providing seemingly warm yet calculated attention/support. The perpetrator gains the child's trust by gathering information about the child, getting to know them, their needs, and finding ways to fill those needs. So that really sticks out. I feel like, don't you feel? So he's an influencer. The parents be like, oh my gosh, there's this influencer. They don't really pay attention because you have your phones or whatever. But he's a big enough influencer that he is gaining attraction from the kids. And the parents don't really know what's going on. I assume a lot of parents don't really know what they're doing on their phone or whatever. I don't know exactly, but I feel like this is what he's doing. But let's see what it says. I saw you reading the new Superman comic. I'm planning to go see the new movie. I can take you if you want to. So I feel like for this applies to him and these girls. And maybe it's through money, maybe it's through shout outs. It was probably through shout outs and like giving them the attention, like, oh, this celebrity is giving me attention. Like, wouldn't that feel amazing and big, you know? I know my fans feel amazing, and I only have barely less than 100K, and my fans feel that way. So I feel like this is something that's happening. But let's go to the next one. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so filling a need. Once the predator begins to fill a child's needs, they may assume noticeably more important in the child's life. Perpetrators utilize tactics such as a gift, giving, flattery, giving money, and meeting other basic needs. Tactics may also include increased attention and affections toward the targeted child. I know you love jewelry, so I got you this watch. I feel like with this one, like saying, like, oh, I know you want followers, so I shared your channel. Or, I know you want friends, so I know this community that really loves me, so maybe they'll like you too. You know what I'm catching on to? That kind of thing. And I feel like that's what he was doing. These girls depend on him, and probably still do. They don't realize what's going on. So this is the part when it starts affecting the child a little bit more. And child, I also mean teenagers, because teenagers can't fully, okay. Isolating the child. The perpetrator uses isolation tactics to reinforce their relationship with the child by creating situations in which they are alone together. Even though they're not alone in person, he probably does it in a way that makes them feel that he's the only one that loves them, and all these people will only love them if he loves them, you know? So this says babysitting, one-on-one coaching, special trips. The perpetrator may reinforce the relationship with the child by cultivating a sense that they love and understand the child/teenager in a way that others, even their parents, cannot. The adult can start to tell the child that no one cares about them the way that they do, not even their parents. And I feel like this is probably happening a lot with the girls that he is grooming. And by grooming, this is what he's doing. He's telling them that I'm the only one who will ever love you. The only reason these people love you is because of me. I'm your number one. And it's kind of like a little bit of narcissism and then threats. Like how she said in the text, if you saw that I scrolled in, she felt like he was pressuring her and then being all sad that she wasn't doing what he said and all this kind of stuff. And that leads on the fact that he made her also feel like she needed to run back and save him after all of this and want to be with him because he made her feel like he was her one and only and the only person rooting for her, if that makes sense. And I understand that. Okay, warning, big trigger warning. This is the part when it gets dangerous when it comes to grooming. Sexualizing the relationship. Once the emotional dependence and trust have been built, like he said, there's trust, the predator progressively sexualizes the relationship. This occurs through talking, pictures, talking, and creating situations in which both are naked, swimming. The adult exploits the child/teenager. Natural curiosity, because that's a thing. We have natural curiosity and trust, using stimulation to advance the sexual nature of the relationship. Example, have you ever masturbated? I can show you how. It feels really good. In one of the texts that he has, he told her, I can make you feel good. I can make you scream in a good way, you know? Haha. Remember that in one of my videos? Ooh. Last but not least, maintaining control. Once the sexual abuse is occurring, predators commonly use secrecy, blame, and threats to maintain the child's participation, and continued silence in order to maintain control. Perpetrators use emotional manipulation. They make the child believe they are the only person who can meet their emotional and material needs. The child may feel that the loss of the relationship or the consequences of exposing it will be more damaging and humiliating than continuing the unhealthy relationship. Okay, let's just give the example. If you tell anyone we both could go to jail, we won't be able to be together, or if you tell anyone something bad could happen to your family. So basically, as he was saying in his video, that he doesn't take anything lightly. And these girls have experience with this predator that has done it to multiple girls. I will show you at the end the pictures of the other girls. Gives them all this. It makes sense why these girls are sticking up for him. Because this is the mindset he's put them into. You have this famous person who likes you, does stuff with you, and then tells you you have to be secretive about it. This is abuse, and this is what he is causing. You understand that? This is what he's causing. Like I said before, this is the 15-year-old girl he manipulated into sending him nudes. And he was probably using those grooming tactics because, you know, he is a celebrity and he's very manipulative. Multiple sources have said he's very manipulative. This was one of his victims. She is today 15 years old. Okay? This is his little 16-year-old girl that gets every scoop, every little detail he needs. His backbone probably doing the same grooming tactics on her. She will not speak to anybody about anything because she is 100% number one fan of Jake Fuller. And she is 100% under his spell. And it's almost like Stockholm Syndrome if you look at it in that perspective, because that's what he's doing. He's a predator. This girl's a little more popular on Instagram, so that's why I kind of like X'd out her eyes or whatever. But she was very forthcoming with information, and she told me about her relationship with him. She is 17 years old, and they were together between August and October, along with all these other girls that he was with, which is just disturbing how many girls he was doing this to. But yes, she is underage, and she was in a relationship with him, and she said they consensually sent nudes to each other, even though child pornography is not consensual in any way, shape, or form. And he did save him. Here are the little screenshots that he put up for evidence. As you can see, Darcy is one of them and such. I honestly just kind of want to know what you guys' thoughts are on this, because this is completely crazy. And he is a predator. He is grooming these girls. It is very obvious. And you could just see it, you know, that these girls are they're fans, and they're getting their dream, and they don't realize how much it is harming them and what kind of pickle they are in. Like, they will probably, most of the girls will not come forward. But I am glad that a few have come forward, so we know what's going on and what he is capable of and what he is doing behind closed doors. So, this kind of thing you don't see a lot from celebrities, especially like big ones with like 1.3 million views on a child platform. But that's what he is. He works on a child platform, and yeah, he shouldn't be. And knowing that every one of his ex-girlfriends or the girls that he was doing these things with, all of them are underage. The oldest one is 17. So that just kind of blows my mind in one way. But thank you for watching, and tell me down in the comments below what you think. And don't forget to sign the petition in the description. It's in the description of all my videos, to the petition to get Jake Fuller off of the TikTok platform. And after that, maybe we can get him off Instagram if it is still continuing. I think Instagram is his main platform that he's targeting these girls with. So I know he got popular from TikTok, and from TikTok they went to Instagram, and Instagram they went to him. So I'm sorry I look ugly right now. It is 1 a.m. and I wanted to do all the research I can and put as many videos as I can about him, because this is actually a really big case and it's still going on today. And we need publicity for this because he is a big TikToker and he is grooming little girls. And I have a lot of evidence proving it. There is sexual, very, very graphic, uncensored pictures from a Twitter account it proves it is him. He literally shows his nudes, videos of him and his, so there's a lot of evidence, and